I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Village Board for October 24th, 2023. Would you please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
President DeSimone?
Here.
Trustee Carmona? Here. Trustee Franz? Here. Trustee Fry? Here. Trustee Penicola?
Here.
Trustee Perez?
Here.
That's 6.
At this time, I'm going to do a public hearing presentation. The first presentation is going to be a proclamation that proclaims October 31st, 2023 as Wilkes Family Halloween Day in the village of Bensonville. With that being said, a proclamation that proclaims October 31st, 2023 as Wilkes Family Halloween Day in Bensonville, Illinois, whereas the village of Bensonville takes great pride in recognizing outstanding individuals who contribute significantly to our community's cultural vibrancy and vitality. And whereas Chris Wilkes and his family, who are dedicated residents of Bensonville, have tirelessly devoted their time, creativity, and resources to establish the renowned Wilkes Family Halloween Display in downtown Bensonville. And whereas the Wilkes Family Halloween Display has become an annual tradition that captivates the hearts and imaginations of thousands of visitors from near and far, transforming Bensonville into the esteemed Halloween capital of America during the month of October. And whereas Chris Wilkes and his family's unwavering commitment to crafting a spectacular Halloween experience has not only brought joy and excitement to our community, but has also stimulated local tourism and bolstered our local economy. And whereas recognizing that Chris Wilkes' family's exceptional dedication and positive impact they have made on the village of Bensonville for years, it is fitting and just to honor this contributions. Now therefore, I, Frank DeSimone, Village President of the Village of Bensonville, do hereby proclaim October 31st, 2023 as Wilkes Family Halloween Day in the Village of Bensonville. This day shall serve as a testament to Chris Wilkes and his family's extraordinary efforts, which have forever enriched our community and solidified our status as the Halloween capital of America. Congratulations. Come on, guys. Everybody.
Yeah, I'd like everyone to come up with this.
Yeah.
Okay?
Let's get everybody.
One more thing I have. It's a key to the city that only works on Halloween. But after that, you can't use it anymore. Only on Halloween.
Yeah, Ramel! We need the bush.
So all these guys and ladies and kids all act every weekend during October right down here in Village Square.
Yay.
Are we ready? Can we get everybody?
All right. Great.
Got it?
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah. Oops, wrong one.
Thank
Sorry.
you for letting us be a part of it.
Sorry, Nancy.
Right, just true. Got a long winter though.
All right, let's get on to the decorations.
All right. Do you want to do public comment?
After.
Okay.
Our second public hearing presentation will be our Halloween home decorating contest winners. So third place, 209 South Church. Come on up. There you go. Here's your esteemed pumpkin. And a gift card. Congratulations.
Let's get a picture.
Thank you, sir. That's a cool.
Golden pumpkin.
I forgot to get out. You can zoom in, right? Get us out.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Congrats.
Why? Get enough on the mic. I might as well just stand up and do this, right? Second place is 923 Dolores Drive.
Oh, that's them.
Steve Pumpkin. There you go. Gift card. Congratulations.
Okay, one more. Perfect. Thank you.
I don't know if we have.
You can just turn it around.
905 Dolores? 905? All right, 905 Dolores is our first place winner. So congratulations. Thank you very much for the decorations. We appreciate it.
There is a map on the village website for all the houses that were entered. So if you want to take a nice drive around town and look at all the cool houses with your kids or just as an adult, you can go to the map online.
Or you could come downtown Bentonville Friday and Saturday and see some really cool acting.
I can do that too. Halloween Capital.
So that'll conclude the first presentation. We're going to move on to public comment. Guys, if you want to stay,
Yes.
you can. We're not kicking anybody out. Yeah.
For sure.
No, you're welcome.
For everyone, thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, wonderful Village of Bensenville.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Someone else.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you this weekend.
Thank you.
The first,
Let's just wait for the answer.
Nancy?
you know, the little hamster's wide awake, and you guys are.
At this time, we'll move to public comment. Does anyone wish to address the board? If so, please approach the podium and state your name.
Yes, we have one. Mr. Ralph?
Ralph's gonna talk.
Mr. Ralph is good.
Yeah.
Mr. Ralph.
So when do I start?
No.
Okay. Hi, guys. My name is Ralph with the Green Street Grill. I'm here on behalf of Mike Monroe, which I'm sure many of you know. He was not able to make it, or he may be actually traveling here now. So on behalf of Mike, he's allowing me to speak for him, and I really appreciate him for that. So I'm representing Mike Monroe and the Green Street Grill. We would like to express our gratitude to the village for helping transform the downtown area of Bensenville into a great and exciting place to visit. Out of Mike's words, when we first opened over 6 years ago, downtown Bensenville did not experience anywhere near the amount of traffic that it does now. Events in the area such as Music in the Park, the holiday tree lighting, the holiday train, the Wilkes Family Halloween have significantly boosted our sales. For instance, last Saturday night during the Wilkes Family Halloween display, a lady had called us up to host her child's 10-year-old birthday party. She brought 80 people. We did a buffet for them, and her plan said to me was that she wants the kids to enjoy the display from 6 o'clock to 7:30, and at 7:30 come over to our place and have a buffet. So we actually worked into the catering package the hot chocolate that we serve out of the tent at the display. So the kids were able to come up and hand us a ticket for the hot chocolate. And I thought, what a nice way to really incorporate it all together, and a huge opportunity for us. So we even took it to another level, which I thought was pretty cool. Because Red did that without me knowing after I handed it off to her. So I was like, that's pretty cool, Red. That's really cool. So that was something I thought was really just over the top. So we had 80 people come in, and everyone had a great time. They expressed their love for the Green Street Grill. The whole party was just flabbergasted. It really worked. And, you know, we could try to pull that off on our own, but with the help of events downtown, that really makes that proposition a lot easier for us to pull off. So we believe and do an excellent job of contributing to the community. You know, we engage in several projects with Fenton School, including the last year's burger competition. We collaborate with other schools and churches in various ways, and we support the Rotary and the food pantry. We are also committed to working with the village in this philanthropic endeavors. The village's vision of community involvement in our opinion, is a winning philosophy for the businesses in Bensonville. So I'd like to thank you, Mayor Simone, and the Board of Trustees for supplying great events to the residents and business owners of Bensonville. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
No.
This would conclude public comment. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the October 10th, 2023 Village Board meeting?
You have a
Do
motion?
I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on our minutes? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 6.
Motion carries and the
Five.
minutes are approved. 5. Next item of business is to approve the warrant in the amount of $1,651,804.71. Is there a motion to approve?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion on our warrant? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the warrant is approved. Would the deputy village clerk please read the 15 ordinances and resolutions on the consent agenda that were discussed at the committee of the whole meeting?
Number 1, resolution adopting the 2024 meeting schedules for the Village of Bensonville. 2, resolution approving a compensation plan and policy for the Village of Bensonville. 3, resolution authorizing a contract with Illinois County's Risk Management Trust for property, liability, and workers' compensation insurance effective December 1, 2023 to December 1, 2024. 4, resolution establishing guidelines and procedures for the 2023-2024 senior/disabled snow removal program. 5, resolution authorizing execution of a contract with Ray Ramirez, KSK Landscaping, for the 2023-2024 senior/disabled snow removal program. 6, resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with LAR Lawn and Grounds for the 2023-2024 senior/disabled snow removal program. 7, resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with Thomas Herrera for the 2023-2024 senior/disabled snow removal program. 8, resolution authorizing contract with Omega Systems for fire protection and testing services for the village events, for the village facilities in a not to exceed amount of $18,400. 9, resolution authorizing the purchase of portable pole cameras in the not to exceed amount of $12,000. 10, resolution approving a sales agreement with Nevco Scoreboards to replace the John Street scoreboard in the not to exceed amount of $12,948.52. 11, resolution authorizing a purchase order to Tidwell for installation and replacement of roofs at 9 and 13 South Center Street, the theater and ice cream shop in the not to exceed cost of $58,500. 12, resolution authorizing execution of amendment number 1 to the existing engineering services agreement with Engineering Enterprises, Inc. for the 2023 CDBG project, Browngate Subdivision Improvements Project in the amount of $35,000 for a revised not to exceed amount of $160,060. 13, ordinance approving a preliminary and final plat of subdivision at Lot 6 within the Sexton Property Redevelopment Subdivision. 14, ordinance approving a final plat of consolidation at 430 Meyer Road. 15, ordinance of the Village of Bensonville, DuPage, and Cook Counties, Illinois, approving a water purchase and sales contract between DuPage Water Commission and contract customers.
Is there a motion to approve the 15 ordinances and resolutions listed on the consent agenda and is read by the deputy clerk?
You have a motion.
Is there a second?
You have a second?
Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the items on the consent agenda are approved. Under administration, there's a resolution authorizing and granting the authority to the village manager to approve and execute an engagement letter from Taft Law as board counsel for the Village of Bensonville. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Have a motion.
So have a second.
Second?
Being a motion and a second, do we have a discussion?
So this board has made it very clear that we want to reduce our outstanding debt burden. We have 2 bonds that are coming up as callable. One of them is an SSA bond, which I plan to refinance at a lower rate to benefit the taxpayers that support that. The other one is I plan to fully pay off one of the bonds with $5 million in excess cash that we have. That should free up significant amount of cash flow for us going forward and reduce our outstanding debt burden. Because we're trying to do this in a manner that saves the taxpayer money, I renegotiated with a new law firm to represent us as well as our bond counsel. Previously, the village was paying $50,000 to the attorney for bond counsel. This new law firm is only charging us $15,000. So significant savings there. So the coming months, we'll be going through the bond refunding process, which we've all become familiar with. But this is all good. So $5 million to fully pay off, and we never have to pay interest on one bond ever again. And the other one is to refinance it for those SSA. So tonight, this is just, we're bringing on a new attorney to represent us through this process.
Any discussion from the board?
Great job.
Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. Under finance is an ordinance abating the tax heretofore levied for the year 2023 to pay debt service on general obligation bonds, alternative revenue sources of the village of Bensville, counties of Cook and DuPage, Illinois. Is there a motion to approve this ordinance?
You got a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second?
Being a motion and a second, we have discussion.
So we do have outstanding bonds that that need to be paid. When the village issued bonds, we said we promise that we're always going to pay our bills, and promise so much that if we need to, we'll use our property taxes. There's nothing I love more than abating bonds, because this is saying we're not using the taxpayers' property taxes to pay these bonds. We have other funds to pay them off with. So there's a series of bonds that we used to do this individually on. Corey's hard work consolidated this into one single ordinance. But this is a great thing. There's a total of $3.695 million that will not have to fall back on the property taxes and will be paid for with alternate revenues.
Any questions from our board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the ordinance is passed. 2 is an ordinance adopting an amendment to the annual budget for the village of Bensville for the fiscal year commencing January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023. Is there a motion?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Being a motion and second discussion.
This is the third and final great thing I get to talk to you tonight about. If you recall, our previous finance director, Julie, set up a very elaborate excess fund balance policy. When the village performed well and our revenues exceeded expenditures, we would be able to reward some of the projects that we know this board cares about. So last year, we overperformed our budget by about $3.5 million. That means our revenues were $3.5 million more than our expenses were. That's great, and so we're now get to run through that policy that we created for ourselves. So, with this ordinance in front of you, we'll take of that $3.5 million, $878,000 will go to our emergency reserve. So in case the F5 tornado comes down Irving Park Road, we'll have money ready for that. An additional $896,000 will go into our police pension, underfunded police pension, to raise our police pension funding, so almost an extra $900,000 there. Then to pay our future debts when they come available, another $869,000 we put in a debt sinking fund, so we're ready for those next debts when they do become available. And finally, we'll move another $869,000 to our capital improvement fund for stormwater improvements. As we all know, flooding is probably one of the worst things that can happen to our residents. We don't have a dedicated funding source for stormwater, so this is our first dedication of funding. So these are all good things, how we're going to be able to fund those projects which are important to this board through the coming years. So hats off to Bruno for running this calculation. It's a rather complex calculation, but this is really got to start making those impacts that we need to see in our community.
Any questions from our board?
Thank you.
Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the ordinance is passed. We're going to move right on to the presidential remarks. As you saw earlier today, the Wilkes Family Halloween displays, they will continue to come to life in Town Center every Friday and Saturday night from 7 to 10, which is this weekend, and October 31st from 7 till 10. So for more information, see the village website. This year's Pumpkin Smash will be held on Saturday, November 4th from 9 a.m. to noon in the parking lot of Village Hall. This is a great way to recycle old pumpkins by keeping them from the landfills. So please see the village website for more information. That will conclude our presidential remarks. Do we have village managers report?
I do have 2 items. First off, very exciting, vehicle stickers are on sale. So make sure you buy your vehicle stickers. You buy them online, you can save a couple bucks. And then actually exciting is I want to invite everyone down here for downtown trick-or-treating on Halloween Day. It'll be down here behind Village Hall. Last year was a great event.
It's on the street this year.
We're moving it to the street this year because we outgrew last year, you're right. It was a great event and a great way to trick-or-treat safely within our community. And then, quickly roll over and hang out at the Wilkes event if you're so inclined. That concludes my report, Mr. President.
Village Attorney's report.
I have no report.
Is there any unfinished business to come before the board tonight? Is there any new business to come before tonight?
You have none?
Is there a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of discussing the sale of village property?
Give a motion.
Do I have a second?
You have a second?
We have to call the rolls and all in favor. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries. We are recessed to executive session, and upon our return to the regular meeting, there will be no final action. So that means you guys can go.
See you.
Mm-hmm.
We are back from executive session. Will the village clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Carmona? Here. Trustee Franz?
Here.
Trustee Fry?
Here.
Trustee Lomax? Trustee Pena Cola?
Here.
Trustee Perez?
Here.
That's 5.
I'm here. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Give a motion.
Do I have a second?
a second.
Please call the roll. I got it.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Fry? Or Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez? That's 5.
Motion
Yes.
carries and we are adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.